So, where were we on our recipe gathering adventure? Let's see. I guess we should go to Keelhaul Key next. Hot to go, yep. Hot to go, red to go. Either way, we're good to go. So yeah, I guess as we're going through the final little bits of this, yeah, it's been really nice going through Thousand Door again. It's honestly, this is a game that's been with me for a large portion of my life. Also, hi. We are the Traveling Sisters 3. Eek, the water's so cold. Ooh, but it feels so good. Also, over on Keelhaul Key, I thought was Dupree. At least he was there in the cutscene, but I don't see him here now. So yeah, I actually don't remember where Dupree ends up. Either way, hi, bye. Just kinda one-shot the fuzzies. I'll get the other mango on the way back, because, we have to leave and re-enter the screen to get that to prompt. And since we have to come back this way anyway to go to Rogueport, I figure I'll just wait. Also, we might as well get Yoshi out at the moment, because we gotta go across to the Coconut Island again. Again, this remake is, in my opinion, very good. There are some small grievances I have with it, but for the most part, I think this is a stellar way to experience the game. That was already one of my favorites. In some ways, I think this made it a lot better. So yeah. Very happy with this remake. Again, going through it again because I played it last year for the first time. And I feel like I was not in the headspace to quite absorb everything. But with the stream playthrough, I've gotten to like really sink my teeth into this remake and learn a lot more that I didn't know. Like catch a lot of details I didn't see the first time. And just a lot of nice little touches that are actually very good, and make this feel like, in my opinion, my preferred version. Again, there are obviously, you know, differences in opinions on if this is better or worse than the original. I personally think it's a net better. Again, there are some things I think are better in the original, but overall, I think this version is my favorite. And given that this was already like top however many games of all time for me, that's high praise. Shoot, I should get an egg, actually. Wait, actually, do we need another... Yeah, we still need another turtley leaf. So we'll get the turtley leaf and the egg. And I think the only other thing we need is a Volt Shroom of, like, weird stuff to get. Other than that, it's just, like, fire flowers for, like, certain things. I mean, I say weird stuff, but Volt Shrooms are just on the west side of town. It's not a big deal to go get one. But yeah, this shouldn't take long at all. This ended up being like my best case scenario, by the way, to be perfectly honest. Actually, we can kind of take our time here. What do you have to say to Koops now? Is it me, Koops, or are you more toned than before? Well, you'll grow out of that shell soon if you aren't careful. Well, hello there, Mario. So, how are things going? How are things today? Things are just great here, thanks to you. Wow, nothing to say to Koops specifically? Damn, okay. But yeah, we are almost done here. I was kind of worried we'd be pushing 3 hours or even pushing 4 hours, potentially. Again, ideally, if I had like an extra 2 hours, which I kind of don't, obviously, because that'll be like an extra, well, more like extra hour. It might be fun to try another Glitz Pit run to try to get the Champion's Belt back, and also just see how easily we can get through it now that we are this overpowered. But I don't think it's really worth going through on stream. Like doing an extra stream for it, basically. Wow, the guy who saved the world came back just to say hi to me. Double wow. Hey, do you have some free time? Okay. That's funny. I don't remember that being added, but I definitely would have seen it before. Last time we have to play Stump Patoonie. And I almost botched it because I was not paying enough attention. I was like, wait, did I select decorate by accident? And it's like, no, I'm good. But yeah, given the amount of time we'll have, if I push 4 hours, we might get through the Glitz Pit again. But I think it would be seriously pushing it, so I'm just not gonna worry about it. And I also don't think that's enough for an extra stream. But yeah, other than some different dialogue with Rock Hawk, the fights are all the same. And Jolene obviously has different like title, like introductory lines to all the fighters. But beyond that, it's relatively unchanged. Which is why I'm not like super hard pressed. And also it's not even great for like star points anymore. Originally Rock Hawk would give more star points, but they kind of nerfed that in this version. Probably because it was such an easily grindable resource, so they made it a little harder, like with like Amazing Daisies now being the primary source, and those are kind of hard to find. A little bit luck-based in the Twilight Trail area. Yeah, we also need a Vault Room, and thus we max our inventory once again. Again, my one other little quibble is I kind of wish the inventory, instead of going from 15 to 20, would go 15 to 25. So 10 more than the baseline, but then you'd have 25 inventory spaces compared to the original's 20, which I think would actually be a welcome change, but oh well. Not a huge deal, but just a minor annoyance in the grand scheme of things that's like... that I'm always kind of bumping up against that item limit with the way I hoard items in RPGs. It's like, I am like barely getting by with everything. Got a Koopa bun. That's very cute. A dumpling made by Zesty. Hell yeah. So now we have cake mix and coconut, I guess. This will give us a piece of candy, if I'm not mistaken. I think there's actually something for combining the Keel Mango, too. So we can do that real quick as well. Candy made by Zesty. Again, there's a lot of recipes in this game. It's very impressive, actually. Keel... Wait. Do I actually need an extra Keel Mango? I actually might need 3, now that I think about it. Yeah, I think I actually need 3 of these. Because there's a fruit parfait I forgot about. Oops. That's not a big deal. Again, we are, like, ahead of where I thought we were going to be. So I'm not, like, overly hard-pressed for time. Again, I was thinking this would take way longer, to be honest. The one thing I forgot to do is I forgot to turn on a light in my room when I, like, got up to stretch. So, it's very dark. It's starting to get dark in my room. So the tracking on the VTuber might start to degrade a bit. So if my model starts acting up, it's because there's not enough light in here. Loaf pudding, a zesty cake, makes you invisible, electrified, or sleepy. Our final cake mix will be combined with the Vault Room. Well, also thank you for the hydration check, GV. I'll get on that right away. The way I say that makes it almost sound very obligatory, which is like, yeah, I should just drink water normally, but... I don't know, sometimes I get very, like, distracted. I lock in too hard and then forget to drink water, or tea in my case. I almost always have a glass of tea. Don't know why, well, it tastes nice for one thing. Shucks, where were we going? Keelhaul Key for the, mango. Right. Now, where the hell is Dupree? I genuinely can't remember where he ends up. Oh my god, I forgot he will teeter on the edge of the world like that. There we go. One more mango. And beyond this, all we need are 2 fire flowers. So we might go and buy those real quick. Before we get to our final round of crafting for today. You definitely need more water? Yeah. that tracks, given like climate and everything. It actually cooled off considerably where I am, and I'm very much vibing with that. I'm gonna be real. Again, maybe it's the Snow Fox branding, but I find it very funny how poorly I handle heat usually. I get very, like, I wither significantly in the heat. Like, I try to keep my room relatively cool within, like, not running any air conditioner too much, just for, like, power and also making it too cold. But yeah, I definitely start to fade a bit if I'm warm. So we have the Keel Mango, and, did I actually buy the honey syrup, or did I forgot? I forgot. Cool. So we'll do the other ones first. Fire flower, and then the mystic egg. So the last couple on this list are gonna be in the log. Wow, that's all I can say. Okay, you got an egg bomb. So yeah, this is a literal weapon, similar to the Courage meal we got earlier. But we can also do the same thing with a coconut. So once we get the coconut bomb, you can actually combine these two to make a really powerful weapon, if I'm not mistaken. Though, truth be told, I don't remember how much damage this actually does. So I guess we'll find out. Well, actually, I guess we won't find out if I'm not continuing this playthrough after today. You got a Zest Dynamite, blasting powder made by Zesty. Toss it to attack all foes. Zesty is a big fan of BTS. I make this joke every time the word dynamite comes up. All that's left is this one. That should, and I stress, should be the fruit parfait, so all we need to do is go by this, I think. If not, this will be very awkward in a hot second. Again, whenever the word dynamite comes up, I mention BTS. Whenever butter comes up, I mention BTS or Danganronpa, one or the other. And I've never even played Danganronpa, but I'm aware. TM. So, we might need to do a little thing to get this to actually prompt once we're done here. But this is it. This is our last recipe. You got a fruit parfait. Dessert made by Zesty. And with that, we are done. Huh? You want to stop? Okay, come back whenever, so stop on stuff. Sometimes, to actually get something to prompt, you need to actually leave and come back. If I'm not mistaken. So for example, like the swap between the battle with Mush and the actual locker counts as a screen transition enough. But here we actually do have to trigger a screen transition. Congratulations, you've learned all of Zesty's recipes. Her menu is now complete, so all your meals can be mighty tasty, and mighty too. As proof of your effort, we've sent you a special reward, the cooking trophy. Check your useful items to admire it yourself, or show it off to friends. You've earned the right to brag. And also, congrats, you comprehensive collector. Congratulations, you've collected all of the recipes, obtained every badge, and filled up your entire tattle log. Wow! Head on over to Rogueport's main square. A shiny reward is waiting for you. So this is our post-game award. There is actually a post-game award this time, which is kind of cool. It is this. You got a gold medal badge. Makes Mario look shiny and golden. I don't know if this is like great in terms of like a post-game award, especially given that like you've done everything in the game. There's not a whole lot to see from here on out. But this makes us a gold Mario. So yeah, it is nice to have a completion reward, though, I will say, because a lot of games don't. So hey, it's one of those cases of like, yeah, I'd say it's better than nothing, obviously. But obviously this is not anything to write home about. I also want to see if they have anything to say here. All requests completed. Hell yeah. We haven't had any troubles come here in lately. Maybe you've solved all the world's troubles already. I suppose that's good, but it's terrible for business. If you're having trouble with someone's trouble, I got info that will get you further along. Well, that's what I normally offer you, but it looks like you've already resolved everyone's troubles. Congrats, pal. I guess I don't have anything left to tell you. Tell you. Neat. Crossing the little river. Actually, we need to keep Yoshi out for a little bit longer. I'll swap back to Vivian as my mainstay. But, up on the roofs, we do have someone we never actually talked to. I kind of forgot, to be honest. Good afternoon to you, sir. I'm called Grifty, the traveling minstrel. I spend my days here in leisure, spinning tales that spin the senses. I know about a few of the stories that surround the town of Rogueport. If you like, I can share them with you, but it will require just a few coins. Is there a tale you want to hear? These are the tales I can tell you now. The Fearsome Demon. For a mere 5 coins, I can share with you the tale of the Fearsome Demon. Ages ago, a city flourished here in peace and splendor, but it was destroyed in a single day by a demon from the dark beyond. Historians claim the great calamity befell the city, but nay, 'twas a demon. The city sank below ground, and 1/4 of the old city became the demon's den. This demon put fear into the hearts of all men and sent out minions to take the land. And its den, its palace, grew rich with treasure stolen from all over the world. If there's another tale you wish to hear, just ask. The Crystal Stars. In order to increase its already formidable power, the demon created crystal stars to hold the essence of the heavens. These stars are scattered across the land, the better to exert the demon's influence. Hi Devil, welcome on in. One of the castles built to contain these stars still stands near Petal Meadows. If there's another tale you wish to hear, just ask. Dragons and Dungeons. We have to word it this way to avoid copyright infringement. The demon built a dungeon near its palace and filled it with terrifying monsters. All those who fell into disfavor were thrown into this dungeon to rot. Yea, and the demon also had 3 dragon pets, Hooktail, Gloomtail, and Bonetail. These dragons flew across the land, spreading fear and sorrow over all. The dragon's remains have never been found, and even now, some nervously wonder if they still live. About that. Yeah, unfortunately we're just wrapping up this playthrough. The hero who arose. What's this one? One day there came a hero who could vanquish the fell demon. The young toad from Petal Meadows was strong of arm but shy of voice. All those around the boy teased him endlessly about the way he spoke. But when the demon cast its fearful gaze across the lands and reached out, the young toad used his strength and honor to defend his people. And he became a hero to all despite his odd voice. If there's another tale you wish to hear, yada yada. Wise Goomba. So this is going through all the heroes. There was a wise Goomba from Bogley Woods who gifted knowledge of the world. This sounds familiar. When beasts rose to take the woods, this knowledge helped the people fight them. And this Goomba, who knew the way that every monster would attack, she began to think of a way to banish all monsters from the land. If there's another tale... The Stalwart Koopa. That's a good word. Stalwart. A Koopa who traveled the world alone learned of the darkness covering the land. He went alone wherever evil dwelt and banished it with shell and sheer bravado, so the opposite of Koops. The monsters grew to fear the scar-riddled Koopa who thwarted them at every turn. That sounds badass, actually. But the brave Koopa was finally taken in a trap set for him by the monsters. But then a Boo who fought with the monsters came and used her magic to free him. The brave Koopa's spirit had melted the heart of the cold Boo lass. If there's another tale you wish to hear... The 4 heroes! Wow, the Boo doesn't get much honor, apparently. The Boo used her powerful magic to learn more about the evil they faced. We cannot destroy this darkness alone, she decided, her face a grim mask. We need the Toad hero of Petal Meadows and the wise Goomba of Bogley Woods. The Boo's magic drew the 4 heroes together to send a demon from the world. And so the 4 heroes finally set out for the Palace of Shadow. Neat. The duel with the demon. The power of the world-devouring demon was greater than any could imagine, but the wise Goomba soon realized that this was the power of the crystal stars. She thought of a way to take the stars and use them against the demon. She told the other heroes her plan and set it in motion, banishing their fears. The Boo's magic and the Toad's strength created a gap in the demon's defenses. At that moment, the brave Koopa seized the stars and succeeded in badly damaging the demon. Neat. Wow, there's still a lot left, oh my god. The demon sealed within. But even the brave Koopa's stroke was not enough to end the demon's reign. The wise Goomba thought of another use for the crystal stars in that dire hour. She suggested sealing the demon forever with the crystal stars. All agreed. The heroes matched their strengths with the power of the crystal stars, and they successfully sealed the demon's soul within the deepest part of the palace. Together, they made it so that only all 7 stars could break the seal. If there's another tale you wish to hear... The demon's curse. This'll explain a lot. The 4 heroes thought they had sealed away the demon and all of its powers, but the demon used a tiny opening before the seal was complete to curse them all. While holding the crystal stars, they'd feel nothing, but when they let them go, a black chest would appear to seal their souls within. The 4 heroes traveled the world, scattering the stars so the seal would remain. But the last 4 stars each carried the curse, which claimed each hero. So yeah, the black chests are the spirits of the 4 heroes. Why they brand it as a curse, I don't know, instead of just, you know, helping us. The Great Tree and the Punies. The hiding places of many of the crystal stars have now faded into legend, but some say that the wise Goomba hid one in the Great Tree. Wait. Oh, okay, this is one of the non-cursed ones that he would have hidden here. Or she would have hidden here. That's right. At that time, many monsters wandered in the nearby boggly woods. Tiny punies living in the woods were constantly tormented by the fierce monsters. Pitying them, the Goomba hollowed out the great tree for the punies to live in. The punies were so grateful that they swore to protect the crystal star there. The Boo Heroine's Last Days. This is a good song, by the way. Once the Boo Heroine hid her star in a steeple, she was trapped in a nearby town. Some say the crystal star lies in that steeple still. Well, that was short. Again, I swear the Boo Heroine gets like very little on her for some reason. The Pirate King Cortez. Wow, it's fascinating how these characters were just part of the legend. The Koopa hero went to a southern isle to hide his star where none would find it, but the Koopa was so tired from his journey that the pirate Cortez stole it easily. In that very instant, the brave Koopa was trapped in an inescapable chest. But Cortez did not realize the power of the star and lost it among his treasures. That's also interesting because the Koopa was a little bit more sympathetic, or at least partly was like, well, I rehearsed this, but like, I guess I can't do this huge, like, grandiose speech. Because, like, the Koopa is, like, the sort of brave, battle-hardened one. So that kind of makes sense that he wanted to make a big spectacle out of his curse. The Toad Hero's Final Days. The strong Toad held his star and continued his arduous journey, but eventually the miles took their toll upon him and he collapsed. A traveling healer happened by and saved his life, but the Toad knew his fate was to be trapped in the chest when the star was gone. So he asked this healer to hide the star in a secret place known to no one. Wow, that's really descriptive. That does not narrow it down at all. Well, I guess... Okay, the Koopa went to Kuhalki. The Boo Heroine went to Twilight Woods. Or Twilight... Yeah, Twilight Town. So that doesn't actually narrow down the Toad and Goomba's, like, final resting place. If it's, Rogueport or, you know, Hooktail's castle, basically. All becomes legend. After the demon was sealed within the Palace of Shadow, many refused to come near that place of terror. But as the years passed, entire generations forgot, and the penniless and the immoral began to congregate in this once barren place. This place soon became a populous harbor, the town of Rogueport. And some even began to say that the underground city held a legendary treasure, but they were unaware that the demons slept beneath them still. And finally, we have the magical map. The heroes knew that the seal might not last forever, and they sought to make the crystal stars available to one who might need them. So before going to their individual dooms, they made a map to all the stars. And to prevent any evil force from misusing this map, they placed it in a box that could only be opened by the pure of heart. And there we are, that is all of Grifty's tales. If ever there is a tale you wish to hear, just ask. Hell yeah. What do you have to say, Goombella? That guy's name is Grifty. He's a laid-back, rooftop minstrel type guy. He tends to know all the stories that get passed around Rogueport's streets. For a couple of coins, he'll tell you one, and you never know, it might help on your travels. Indirectly, I suppose it helps, in terms of like giving us lore, but there is another character who can give us hints. Mind you, I'm not going to go through all of them, because we will be here for an extra hour if I do this. Like, that is not an exaggeration. This would be incredibly time-consuming to actually show in excruciating detail. By the way, wait, I'm double-checking this. So yeah, they basically set up everyone so a future hero could help, so yeah. Again, why they present it as a curse, I'm not entirely sure. Instead of just being like, hi, I'm the hero sealed in the chest, like, I'm helping you out, like... Also, hi, guess who doesn't remember where the hell this item is? They added 2 items onto the rooftop here. I was like, maybe I can get them, since we have time. One is a Power Plus badge, and I think the other is like an Ultra Shroom or something. I was like, where is this? There's no easy way to see in mind. Is that actually over there? It's an Ultra Shroom, so this corner. Are they not? Oh, there it is. Got a Power Plus P badge. Boost your partner's attack by 1. Might have been so long that they forgot. Yeah, that's also fair, that they just kind of lost themselves over time. Which is also very tragic. Mind you, we're kind of skimming the game, to be honest, so obviously you can tattle everyone with Goombella and get so much flavor text out of it. That's Wonky, the go-to guy for useful info. He looks a bit iffy, but I think his tips are okay. Just make sure you get your money's worth, not that you'll know until you pay. This Bob-omb lives down here. That pink color is really cute, but ironically it's not very bright. Oof, ow, Goombella. No chill. He's got his own ambitions of being an info guy like Wonky, selling tips for cash, but his tips don't even make a tiny little bit of sense. Hello, can you say stupid? Oh my god, Goombella, what the hell? I know stuff too, seriously. Like, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Because, you know, the other baskets get jealous. Me, I don't even like eggs. Good advice. 10 out of 10, no notes. Anyway, hi. Something you want to ask of old Wonky, right? If you pay me 5 coins, I suppose, I can tell you about the Legend of Rogueport. Sure, I'll pay. We're not gonna do all these. There's like 30 or 40, I think. You've heard about the legendary treasure hidden beneath Rogueport, right? Apparently it's the vast fortune of that ancient forgotten civilization. Most people think that's just a silly old myth now, but of course we're not Wonky. According to my sources, it's the real deal. Huh? What are my sources? Dude, trust me. Well, I can't really say, can I? That, my friend, is what's called a trade secret. That is that. If you need anything else, just ask old Wonky. You can also, in this version, reveal all the things you've already heard. I can tell you about the trouble centers for your entrance. Oh, Wonky has his own theme in this. So there's that trouble center on Rogueport's east side, right? Well, only a few people know about the back entrance to it. Hey, I'm not saying there's anything good in there, but it may be worth a look. So yeah, a lot of these are just like little gameplay hints. Tell you about the mysterious troops. Gone word of a strange group skulking about Rogueport recently. They wear masks and weird costumes with an X on the front. Talk about kooky. They're always huddled together, mumbling about some treasure. I've even heard that they've unearthed some shiny stone down here. Weird. So yeah, one of them hid the crystal star that ended up in the X-Naut Fortress. in Rogueport, and that's why the chest is here. But again, you could be here like for a while going through all these. The strange ones, that does not narrow it down. About Merlon on the east side of Rogueport, more lovely underground. A old wonky here is there from a strange tribe that names people by profession. So for example, if someone did the same work as Merlon, they'd have the same name. That is actually really interesting. So there could be Merlons all over. Don't you find that strange? Wonky does. That I did not know, and that is actually very cool. Zest Dynamite, we already learned about that. You know Zesty, right? She's a really good cook on Rogueport's main square. Well, she has a rare recipe in her repertoire called Zest Dynamite. It's made with a coconut bomb and an egg bomb. By the way, an egg bomb is made from a fire flower and a mystic egg. And a coconut bomb is made from a fire flower and a coconut. That's all I know because Zest lost the rest of the recipe somewhere. It's written, wait, it was written down and she lost it. What a tragedy. I'm sure it sure would be cool if she could make it though. I suppose that's all I have to say. Again, we'll see about Merlon in like 4 playthroughs. Spin panels. So yeah, not the most helpful. Because we have every star piece. Do you know about these weird and mysterious spin panels scattered around the world? When you spin jump near a spin panel, a star piece might pop out. Score. Problem is they look just like regular flooring, so it's tricky to find them. Spin panels will jump up just a bit if you hit the ground nearby with a hammer though. Might be worth it to hit the ground here and there and look for them. There's actually one right in front of me, so give it a shot, why don't you? That's funny. So yeah, he's not kidding. There is one here. In 64, if you actually had the Ultra Hammer, you could flip panels with the Ultra Hammer. For some reason, they got rid of that in Thousand Year Door. All versions of Thousand Year Door. So yeah, we're not gonna go through all these, because, again, there's a lot. Well, I can't charge you to tell you what I told you once before, I guess. But yeah, there's a ton here, and I'm almost tempted to go through them now, because, like, the thing on Merlon was, like, so interesting to me, because, like, wait a minute, I didn't know that. I didn't remember that there was actually lore there to, like... And to be fair, there already is a Merlon in Toad Town in 64, so we've already... Like, Mario would have already run into a Merlon, and a Merlovely, and a Merly in 64. So, yeah. Interesting lore connection. I didn't know about that at all. Also, you can buy gold bars. You can also make these through cooking. I forget how, though. Also, we never went over the shop prices. Not that that's super important at this point. Actually, I have a silly idea. Now that I'm just kind of going through here. What happens? Oh, I don't know why I expected that would do anything. You can make it through cooking, but it's not worth it, yeah. There's also slow go, which is good if you, like, run. Slow go is kind of useless in this game, actually. Because, like, in 64, you actually do have to sneak through a couple of areas, but, like, you don't have to do that in this game. So it's, like, extremely not helpful. But yeah, we have completed everything. Yeah, this is, like, the old town square of the old city. This does actually raise the question, though, of what actually is the Palace of Shadow? Like, what is that? It's like, obviously it's, you know, the Shadow Queen's domain, but I'm also like, why is this just here in the old city? Was this like a royal palace that just got taken over? I'm gonna talk to you, right? I think I'll stay here and continue my research a while longer. Yes, I'm fond of this place. Feel free to drop by anytime you like. Hell yeah. So yeah, we have... Again, the only thing I have not done is go through all of Wonky's information, which would take forever. The second run of the Glitz Pit to get the Champion's Belt again. And... I mean, I guess we can go do some light reading while we're here. It's like, we got time. Super Luigi, have you ever experienced a time when no matter how hard you tried, you failed, and the time you spent felt wasted? Ow. If you ever felt such pangs of regret, try to remember this tale, the story of a young man's quest to save a sweet princess. Super Luigi Volume 1, the quest begins, the dawn dayed, good job me. The day dawned like any other, but little did Luigi know the letter he was about to receive would forever change his destiny. Sir Luigi, danger besets us on all sides, and we beg your help. The foul chestnut king has stolen our beloved princess. The letter was from Minister Crepe of the Waffle Kingdom, a man aware of Luigi's many adventures. He knew only Luigi could save them. I'm pretty sure this is how I learned what a crepe was, actually. Charged with this dire task, Luigi wasted no time curtailing the heroic meal he was making. Then he packed for his deadly journey. In their labyrinth prison to keep people out, constructed by the heroes, was legitimately the Shadow Queen's palace. Yeah, that makes sense. Knowing that his older, though less talented brother, Al, was out on a no doubt inconsequential errand. What the hell, Luigi? Luigi took a moment to leave a note. Mix a keel mango with a peachy peach to whip up a fruit parfait. It's fascinating how many recipes are just obtained like through the Rogueport emails or the RDM emails. Wonky, this from Luigi. It's just kind of interesting how they convey some of the recipes. These cryptic words were all Luigi wrote before leaving. Upon reaching the Waffle Kingdom, Luigi was greeted by pure misery, an endless flow of tears over the kidnapping of Princess Eclair. Arriving at the castle, Luigi was greeted by Minister Crepe, who carefully handed him a compass base with only one intact section. Our land once had a special treasure, the marvelous compass. Find its 7 parts and find Eclair, so it began, to be continued. Imagine spending 64 coins on a 12-page book. Like, what the heck, Luigi? Super Luigi Volume 2, Allies and Adventure. It's a little warm, Luigi muttered, the sweat dripping from his brow as he followed the compass up Rumble Bump Volcano's side. Must find a secret grotto. Well, Luigi had guts to spare, does he now? He did need a guide, and he found one in Bluey, a blooper he met in town. Brave Bluey joined Luigi and instantly proved to be invaluable. With his aid, Luigi bested a savage statue that protected the treasure, leaving out the throwing him into lava part. That treasure was none other than a piece of the marvelous compass, a piece that pointed west to Plump Belly Village. The second Luigi saw Plump Belly Village, he knew something was amiss. All was woe, and Luigi soon learned the reason why from the mayor. The town was at the mercy of a sinister serpent who demanded sacrificial lasses. Burning with indignation, Luigi formed a team of liberators. A fierce bob-omb warrior named Jerry joined his crew, and chose, not surprisingly, to stick with Luigi for the duration of his quest for Eclair. Again, in the original, Jerry follows Luigi to keep him from ever cross-dressing again. The remake changes it to Luigi is really bad in heels, so he needs to make sure Luigi never tries to wear heels again. Which has the other interesting implication of Luigi just casually wearing heels, just normally. Fortified by his allies, Luigi strode on into the lair of the beast, a foul, 2-headed snake. No time to think, Luigi sprang forth. Twin head snapped at his heels, fangs dripping venom. Then as one mouth gaped wide open to swallow Luigi, the other crept behind. Our hero sensed the treachery and fainted before leaping. The heads collided and the beast ate itself, the prize a compass piece. The villagers begged their savior to stay with them, but a grim-faced Luigi pressed bravely onward. To be continued. Volume 3, The Voice of a Princess. Dauntless Luigi's next test came in the form of a cart racing at Circuit Break Island, where he won both the contest and the compass piece. The race was fraught with danger, but Luigi pressed through adversity to win. All viewers were awed by Luigi's revolutionary racing style, crashing and making everyone else crash worse. The mechanic who built Luigi's racing machine, a buzzy beetle named Torque, was so stunned by Luigi's racing techniques that he joined him. He was mad that he totaled his car. Reinvigorated, Luigi set sail for Jazzfraz Town, where he made his stage debut. Hazy, a noted Daisy producer, gave Luigi a key role. Playing the part of an earth spirit, Grass, to pure perfection, Luigi stole the show. Hazy's faith in Luigi's natural acting talents was rewarded. The performance won a prize, which yielded another compass piece. Hazy turned from teacher to pupil, joining Luigi on his quest. It was at this time that Luigi's heart, usually draped in the cool comfort of a hero's resolve, began to warm with thoughts of Princess Eclair. This came to be because every time the magic compass pointed to a new place, her gentle words rang in his ears, touching him to his very soul. The voice spoke of eternity, of stars in the heavens. It wept for those blind to love. It gave comfort in the face of fear and loneliness. Though he had never seen her, our hero was tormented by visions of this fair-hearted maiden. All he could do was press onward. The compass pointed toward rapturous ruins. Only 2 parts of the compass awaited, and Eclair had one. Volume 4, The Shards of Truth. Oh my god, this is so overdramatic. Footsore and weary, Luigi finally found the rapturous ruins beyond Grimble Forest. Within them, time and space were lost in nothingness. Within the pale emptiness, Luigi found a young sleeping boy. Our hero called out gently, and the youth woke from his long, long slumber. My name is Cranberry, and I've waited for you for the last 1,000 years. The boy went on to tell Luigi the secret truths of an ancient land. He said that the marvelous compass had been created by the ancient Left people who used its powers of foretelling to rule the world. But the Left Empire was then cursed by the compass and fell into ruin. The survivors dismantled the compass and hid its pieces. Cranberry was the last of the ancient race. His role was to wait until one with a noble heart came to take the burden of the future. None but Luigi could have shouldered this weight. The boy gave him the compass piece and said, "Fear the curse, but find your Eclair." Luigi accepted the part. The boy's words burned into his brain. His duty fulfilled, the boy began to fade into the blank nothingness. I feel like he didn't mention that in the story. As he faded from sight, a look of joy lit Cranberry's face. As Luigi gaped, both boy and ruins vanished, leaving our hero in a dark wood. With 6 of the parts united, the compass now pointed to the final part, to the quest's end, to Hate Song Tower. And then her voice spoke. Princess Eclair's voice begged for help from the void, pleading for a hero. Luigi's heart burst aflame. To be continued. And finally, Volume 5. Journey's End. At long last, Luigi crossed the threshold of a Hate Song Tower. Luigi rallied his allies. "We will defeat the Chestnut King. We must." Friends by his side, Luigi at last faced the fell Chestnut King. But then he heard a voice and spun to see the fair Princess Eclair. She told the hero the painful truth. The evil Chestnut King was actually her true love, made monstrous by Crepe in a bid for the throne. At that moment, the villainous Crepe appeared, the marvelous compass piece handed over, and the Left Empire will rule again. Mwaha. Luigi and Co were no match for the might of Crepe, their true enemy, but then the compass piece and Eclair's tiara shone forth. It bestowed the future's sight on Luigi. Knowing Crepe's every move, he smote the fiend with his mallet, and with that, it was all finally over. Luigi and his friends parted, leaving the Waffle Kingdom in peace, but Luigi regretted not gazing further into the future. He longed to see the Wafflers gathering on Princess Eclair's wedding day. He wanted to see her beauty and who stood at her side. But it was not to be. Luigi went back to his humble home, which remained exactly as he had left it, a cold comfort for his heavy heart. Taking up a book he had been reading, Luigi tried to read, but his long trial had sapped his strength, and he soon fell asleep. Luigi dreamt of his friends and his beloved Princess Eclair, and sleeping, Luigi spoke, "I shall return." Yeah, I don't think any of the stuff about the minister came up. Now I'm curious. This will probably take a bit to actually get through. Yeah, so he says he fights the Chestnut King. And then afterwards... Wow, he really drags us out. An even worse beast came next, a nightmare thing, but I beat it too. This is not matching the description about, the minister. I think there's more to the story than that. Oh. So again, there's sort of the irony of having 2 unreliable narrators and both of them are Luigi. But either way, it's like Luigi's account of the events are a little shaky, shall we say. Not the most reliable narrator. But with that being said, yeah, I think that's about everything I wanted to do for this playthrough of Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. Again, it's been quite the journey. What? 12 streams to get this far. Definitely the longest game I've finished on stream. And hey, Super is right around the corner, so... Aha! I'm in danger. Given I cried once during the Scarlet part of this game, I'm definitely going to start crying during Super if I had to make a prediction. But hey, that's a problem for the future. But yeah, I really enjoyed this game. This is still one of my favorite games of all time. I think in some ways actually streaming it like this, I gained a new appreciation for it, because I kind of went out of my way to like check some of the more obscure parts, like, you know, talking to different people, you know, kind of exploring more, and found out a lot of cool little details that I actually didn't even know about until the stream playthrough. So overall, I'm really happy about this. I had a great time. Oh shoot! What if I do the lottery? This is dumb. I was trying to wrap up stream, but now I'm like, okay, but what if? What if we actually get the lottery to work? Sometimes I wonder if I have ADHD, and in moments like this, I don't think this is beating the allegations. Oh my god, we won. No, we didn't do well. You did it! How happy! You won the 4th prize! Here's your rank 4 prize! Jesus, a life shroom? Really? That's not bad. Congratulations to you, this is a lucky happy day, that is for certain. Come back again tomorrow too, I'll be waiting happily. Does that count as psychic when funny? Me being like, okay, but what if I decide to do the lotto right now as I'm trying to end stream? It's like, does that count?